and gentlemen, this is Sadia Ahmed speaking from NSU World News. Today we're going to talk about child abuse. Child abuse is a major issue all over the world, and despite it being a major issue in our country, it has been normalized and in most cases completely overlooked in our society. We hope to shed some light onto this issue and share the stories of some brave souls. More on this, follow.
This is when a parent or caregiver, regardless of whether through activity or neglecting to act, causes injury, death, emotional harm or risk of serious harm to a child. There are four main types of child abuse. They are physical, emotional or psychological, sexual and neglect. Now I pass it on to Shahid.
Now I'm going to inform you about some abusive behaviors that has been normalized and overlooked in our society. Colorism. It is quite common in our society. We see a child of darker skin tone has been ostracized and made feel less beautiful than his or her lighter skin tones, peers and relatives. Child marriage has existed in our country for generations, and for that victims have been brainwashed into thinking that it is totally normal. In fact, they question those who aren't married by the time they are in their adulthood. In our household, we see sometimes the employers physically and verbally abusing the children who work for them. The parents of these children blindly trust them to take care of or to treat them decently. But sometimes parents are unknowingly hand over their children to abusers. It is a known fact that in many schools and colleges in Bangladesh, teachers treat their students and portray it as discipline. Parents and children have grown up believing that it is totally normal and it valid punishment and it helps them in a long run. But in fact it destroys their spirits.
One of the worst types of abuse is sexual abuse. The thought of any kind of sexual manipulation or sexual act should bring disgust to the mind of all parents and caregivers, but unfortunately it doesn't. Sexual abuse is the worst types of abuse to recover from. Many people who have suffered from sexual abuse have never recovered. To suffer from sexual abuse as a child in the hands of someone you trust and who is supposed to be your protector and caregivers is unfathomable. Now sharing a real story, and Fatima.
This is the story of a real victim who was sexually abused. She was 5 years old when it happened, and her father had an operation and her mother was busy taking care of him. She was the only daughter and had two brothers, grew up in a male-centric family. Because someone had to look after her, her mother called her uncle to stay with them. Her uncle had always been overly physically affectionate with her. So when she refused or complained about it, her mother always ignored it. Her other cousin had also been physically affectionate with her. So she begins to normalize with this kind of behavior. While her father got recovered, he got more aggressive. So her parents decided to go to Hajj. While her parents were away, her house was overly crowded with relatives. So she had to sleep with her uncle and her grandma who was sick. Despite sleeping in the middle of the bed to feel safer, she was molested by her uncle, even though his own mother was laying asleep beside them. After that incident, the child slept on the floor as she felt that was the only place that was remotely safe.
She says today, he molested me, and he may not have raped me physically, but he raped me mentally, and he scarred me for the rest of my life.
Psychological and emotional abuse. It's not habitual but it's specific for the rest of the life. Rather than a specific incident, psychological abuse consists of patterns over a long period of time. Many people consider psychological abuse much less than physical. Psychological abuse can lead to psychological disorder. According to psychological study, upwards of 1 year old were abused as children with psychological disorder. Now sharing a real story, Fairuz and Sadia.
This is a story of a family of 3 children and their mother being verbally and physically abused by their father. This couple had a love marriage and it was very rare in their family and neighborhood. Despite having a good start, the father went to America for work, leaving his children and wife behind. While he was there, he would never send enough money, and whatever he did, he would directly send it to his sister rather than his wife. The sister took a long time to give it back to his family. The father and his siblings berated them every single day.
Go.
He both verbally and physically abused his children. He threw away the clay dolls his daughter had made, and he threw them away right in front of her, far away so she could never get them back. One night he woke up angry, and he made his son wash his own clothes that he had left in the bathroom while he could barely keep his eyes open. He didn't allow his children any form of entertainment. He kept them from hanging out with all of their other cousins that lived in the same building. He wouldn't let them watch TV even when he wasn't home. When he came home, he would make them check the TV and check the TV to see if it was warm, and he would punish them if it was. The children had to grow up learning to entertain each other. They made little jokes, and that's how they developed a sense of humor. Their childhood trauma and abuse shaped them into the people they are today.
Action.
Now sharing a real story for me.
Ball.
Now I'm going to tell you another story of a real girl. She was 12 years old, and her father and her mother were both working parents. She had a brother who was just 9 years old, and they were never close. He was a kid and always minded his own business. Things were going fine until one fine morning they got to know that their uncle was going to reside with them for his study. They were very excited, and they thought that they had found a new guy to hang out with. He loved them to bits, but slowly she could realize how his interest in her was changing. She was very affectionate to her when no one was around her, and she would look in different ways. Things were getting okay until one night when she was sleeping in a couch. He tried to grab her and pulled her towards him. He even tried to put her skirt down, and when it hit her and she screamed. She remained silent until now because no one would believe to her, and that is the case with almost everyone in our country because they remain silent, and these things are going to happen and happen again.
But what is done cannot be undone, so prevention is key. We must educate ourselves, our neighbors, our surroundings, and our children about all types of abuses. We must let them know about the good touch and the bad touch. We must stop being overly strict and start being friendlier with our children in order to make them more comfortable about sharing their experiences with us. Child abuse is real and it's everywhere. And if we start taking steps now, maybe there will be one less unhappy child.
Human beings tend to repeat patterns, especially toxic patterns. We do what we learn. And most victims of child abuse grow up to abuse their own children. This horrific cycle of abuse continues for generations, unless we educate ourselves and we educate those around us. So hopefully this cycle can stop now. Thank you everyone. This is Sadia Ahmed speaking from NSU World News. Have a great day.